back, everybody. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Pouring rain here in New York. Hopefully it's nice where you are. Hopefully everyone that came to on-site yesterday had a safe travel home. Want to talk, listen, we got a great bunch of stocks that we're going to keep an eye on. I'm going to talk about them. I want to really talk about also something that we're really focusing on that we did in on-site. We were doing some swing trading classes too. And we always say it, you want to learn how to swing trade, you got to learn how to day trade first. You want to learn how to options trade, you got to learn how to day trade first. And there was some really good opportunities out there. We'll talk a little about those stocks that were moving. Really excited about it, but hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Let me tell you, the on-site that we did this past one was, it's nice to do it back at home, at the Vienna Spa, and it was just a great venue. I think everyone there came away with some great lessons. It was probably one of the better ones we've done in a long time. Not that some of the lessons that we did were like, you know how it is. You have a good morning, you have a bad afternoon. Have a bad afternoon, good morning. But we just had lesson after lesson in the market. It was great. And if you missed it, if you have access to, if you're being a student at Cybertrade University, you can review the webcast that we did. But the afternoons were off the charts, and I'm really looking forward to it. And listen, something that we rarely ever do is, we basically do a lot more of. We did some brand name stocks. We traded some, Tesla. We saw how we had some really good examples of iceberg orders. Yesterday, I was live at the Money Show. I did a webcast there, and it's just, it's what's happening. More and more people are starting to realize that you got to learn how to day trade. You really got to learn how to day trade, and it's really been taking off. So looking really awesome with that. But anyway, let's go. Now we're gonna make an announcement soon on the next one that we're gonna be doing. I believe it's going to be at the end of April. I wouldn't mind doing one in late January again, but I don't know anybody wants to come here in the cold of winter in New York. Everyone's like, can we go back to Florida? I'd rather go to Florida. That's a good excuse. Well, we'll think about it, but just give you a little heads up. We'll give out those new dates. We'll probably have it on site done twice a year. So we're shooting for April, and then once again, we'll shoot again for next, going into probably late September, October of same time next year. So don't forget, make sure you book it. But if you haven't watched yesterday's lessons, definitely go to it. All right, now regarding about what's going on and stocks that are moving, I know a lot of you are looking at this GPCR. We just had a really nice pop early. The only issue with the stock, it's expensive. Okay, it's expensive. There are other stocks out there that are trading. We're going to look at them. But before we do that, I want to cover some swing trades that we focused on, because I really think that a lot of you need to see that day trading, how it spins into a swing trade. And I want to start off with a stock that we looked at yesterday, which was Carvana. Okay, now Carvana, I want to bring this up. We were watching the stock for a while, and we saw the stock, if you missed a rally, had big resistance levels right around here on 56, came all the way down to $38. Now, you don't need to be a rocket scientist, but you could see that from August and even in July, big resistance, big supports. I know that some of you here that were in the webcast room did trade it, and also at the on-site, we did really well with the Carvana trade on a swing trade. Some of you got in right around 38, 39. You're looking pretty damn good right now looking on that stock on that swing trade. And what was beauty about it is that when we looked at level 4, there was some really nice iceberg orders out there. Now, when you look over now, look at level 4, just bringing this up and show you what we got going on. Here's your 38. Look at that big yellow line down at the bottom right there. I mean, this is only this isn't even in the market, but look at all those orders. You're not seeing too many sellers around 43, 44, 45, 46. You're seeing them all at the bottom. Another big swing trade also did really well was NVIDIA. So I want to talk about that stock right there. I know it's expensive, but we do some swing trading here. I want to talk a little bit about it. NVIDIA took a big hit from 500, dropped all the way down, got close to that 400. Look at supports level in August. Supports level back in June. And when you look back over here on level 4, I mean, you're probably not going to see too much of it, but when we get down here, you can see right around 400, you can see the lines. Now, you got the algorithms going on right around here, but go looking back on what happened the last couple of days. You had some really good opportunities. You had 2-3 days to kind of figure that one out and jumped in. You did pretty well with that one. Another big stock that's moving this morning. Honestly, I don't think I ever trade Nike. Okay, but Nike took a huge, I didn't realize Nike got crushed. 135 down to $90. Anyway, big pop in Nike. Nike's going on the watch list. I don't remember if I ever traded Nike. I'd be honest with you. I mean, listen, you can't trade them all. I've traded thousands of stocks over the years, different ones. It's funny that we don't even know where we traded yesterday, some of the stocks, other than we know the 4-letter symbol, and we did pretty well with them. We're going to talk about them. But Nike's also going not only on the watch list, but it looks like it could probably test a swing trade and could probably, if it breaks this 100, could see at 102. Now, regarding about yesterday, let's talk about some of the stocks because they are trickling in today. Yesterday, I think we made a lot of money on the shorts. I mean, we actually shorted more than we went long, and we did really, really well. A couple of stocks that we traded yesterday. BNOX took a big hit yesterday after being gapped up pretty big. SLNO was really nice at going into the close. And this is the thing you have to understand. I got to keep showing this thing to you. Look at this mouse pad, okay? I always do this every morning. I don't know what it is, but everyone loved it with it who came on site. You got to look at the times. The worst times in best trades. The last 30 minutes, actually, the day before, the last 15 minutes, we saw a stock go up $2, I think it was, the last 15 minutes. Cheap stock. Look at this one right here. SLNO, really big pop. Went from that 25 all the way to $28 the last 15 minutes. Now, the only issue we have with SLNO, it's quite volatile. It's not tradable for some of you. You got to be in the category 3 or 4 trader, but it is going back on the watch list. And you know what? There was another stock too that I also wanted to keep an eye on. This is another one we were trading yesterday, FEMY. Now, FEMY was a stock that was right around $1.13, shot up all the way to $1.60. Look what it did this morning. It went from $1.38 all the way to $2. Now, FEMY, let me look over here what we got going on. This is the big thing. Listen, for everybody here on YouTube and social media, this is what you don't see from other people, okay? Let me show you, and everyone's a student here. Look at this big red line there at the bottom. You see that red line? 153,000 share buyer at 152. Where are you going to see that? What do you think is going on at 152? Why would that person be out there? Oh, I don't know. Maybe he wants to buy it, right? So this is what drives these stocks up. He's actually with the purpose of why this stock obviously made a big pop up here. This is why we got to keep an eye on it. That's why we got resistance there. We're at support levels now. FEMY is going back on the watch list, okay? FEMY going back on the watch list. I want to just hop back onto the SLNO. Now, if you remember the ones that we hear on onsite, I did mention to you this yesterday. This is a stock that I was also saying, considering could be a swing trade. And you know what? Had a really, really good push. But remember what I always told you, you could always buy it back tomorrow. IonQ, this stock has been a fun stock. It's been a good swing trade. We've been day trading it the last couple of days too. But if you are looking to swing trade it, I mean, listen, this stock is channeling $20, $12, $20, $13. I mean, it didn't get all the way down to that, but this is, we covered that yesterday in class too, when to jump in and jump out. So it was a good swing trade and also making a good day trade. I'm putting this back on the watch list. This list is getting pretty damn big for a Friday. AMD also doing pretty well, following similar, which has also been a good swing trade. Not as easy as I hate to use the word easy, but not as obvious as the NVIDIA trade, but it did do a little bit of bounce there, and a couple other stocks over here also. SOLX, I'm putting this back on the watch list. This stock is an ETF. We know we got to be careful with ETFs, but you could see on the swing trade also big resistance in February, April. Stock dropped from 27 down to 17. Now the last couple of days moving up pretty well. Bounced early in the morning. We traded the stock yesterday. We did pretty well with the stock, and she's still pushing again. So SOLX is also on the watch list. Now, what are we trading this morning? Listen, there was a buyout this morning. Blue Apron? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who would have? This is like plain old luck. Remember we talked about, there's luck and skill in trading. How do you make your own luck? You're being in the right place, the right time. So this was just, if you were in this trade as a swing trade, you got lucky. But listen, if you were watching it as a swing trader, you should be able to see that it had a hell of a lot of supports hovering around here around 480. Sure enough, you woke up this morning. Congratulations, did pretty well, but this party is over. BTCT is another one you guys were looking at. I would stay away from it. It's an IPO. It's kind of really hard to see iceberg orders out here, so I'm not a big fan of it. The GPRC we already know about. Okay, that one, it's expensive. Okay. It's a pharmaceutical stock. Obviously, the drug that came out did pretty well last night. I would be cautious. Remember what we talked about yesterday? The stock we saw yesterday was up about 400%. And I always told you, if you up 400% and you can't get out of stock, until the market opens up, what would you be doing? And what happened? We watched that stock we traded yesterday and it got crushed. Okay. So we got to be careful of that. Femi, we already know about. That's already on our watch list. Let me see if anything's going on with Femi right here. Like I said, we still got that 153,000 share buyer out there. He's still sitting there. You could see him right over here. He's still hovering right around there. So that's awesome. All right. So Femi, we got edit. 70, that spread's a little big. It's got a nice little push. Had some really good after hours trading. I probably would pass on it. I don't like when I see spottiness on that. That's not really that nice. Now we're down to about 7%. Remember, we need to be 10% or higher. The stock is getting crushed. Capri getting hammered, came down to support levels. I mean, it's almost at support levels. Not looking too good. We know that pharmaceuticals do not come back. You don't want to trade it. Hopping on New York. We already know about Nike. AG, what's this one? Oh, it's an ETF. Remember, we talked about that also in class, why you got to be careful of ETFs. And I know people here on social media are probably like, why wouldn't you want to trade ETFs? You know what? Today, at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be doing an open house. You got that little QR code over there in the top right-hand corner. Just click on it, scan it, or you could actually, we'll put the link over there. I'll teach you exactly why we don't trade ETFs. Not that there's nothing wrong with it. It's hard to follow the money, and I'll just leave it with that. A couple other stocks out there, another ETF, another ETF, another ETF. Boyle, man, I'm really happy I got out of that thing. Coming down. That pretty much does it. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit more in the expensive stocks. Not really what we're really looking for, but we got some decent stuff going on right here. All right. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anything else out there? Oh, you know what? I want to do a shout out. Michael, I didn't know you made $6 on that trade on you made $6 on that call out on which one? The GPCR. All right, good for you. Nice little move. Obviously, you being a platinum student, so you're a little bit been around for a while, so you know how to play. Good for you. Congratulations on that. All right, everybody, let's get ready for the market open up. We're going to start about 15 minutes. So once again, if you're watching on social media, take your phone, scan that QR code. We'll see you here at 12 o'clock. Let me just give you that link right there if you guys don't know how to get there. Cyber Trading University. Let me just give you guys that link so you guys can register. And we'll see you there. Fast Trade with Fausto. Oops. Yeah, here's our email address. Just right on the homepage, you'll be able to register right there. In the meantime, everyone else, we're going to start trading once the market opens up. You see something, you say something, all right? And then if you're new here to Cyber Trading University, you're in our trading room, just remember, just watch and see how the traders think for themselves. That's all that matters. And just remember, we don't teach you and tell you what to buy. We teach you how to think for yourself, and that's what you need to know if you want to be successful and do trading as a career. So good luck, everyone. Happy trading. We'll see you in a little bit. Everyone on social media, we'll see you back here at 12 o'clock. All right, guys? Good luck today. And if I don't see you for the rest of the day, enjoy your weekend.